Hey guys, TeJay here. Thanks for watching today. Many of you know I'm a full-time guitar instructor, and a lot of my students want to record cover songs and post them to YouTube. To help them, today we're going to be talking about a very simple setup to record one acoustic guitar and vocals. This could be applied to other instruments as well, but I'm specifically doing guitar because I'm a guitar teacher. I'm using a digital recorder here, which is a Zoom H5. There are newer models of this available. I'll put some links, some affiliate links down here in the description, so you can check those out if you're interested. But I'm using this one specifically today, the H5, the older version, because it's available at my public library. That means any of my students in this area, my local students, they can go down to the public library and check this out, which is a pretty sweet thing. Using a digital recorder like this really takes out a lot of the technical stuff that you have to do if you're using an interface with your computer. And so it makes the process, the recording process itself, a little bit more simple. It's kind of just plug things into here, set your levels, rock and roll. Pretty cool. Let's get started right away. So I'm going to dig into, first thing we're going to look at is what equipment I'm going to be using for this setup. Let's take a look. In the example today, we'll be using one microphone cable, one guitar cable, a microphone, the Zoom H5, a microphone stand, and of course, a guitar. Now that we know the equipment that we're using, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate right here on my desktop how to plug everything in. It is so simple, and that is why I am recommending this setup as a good place to get started if you're interested in recording. Anyway, so here we go. If you look here at my desk, I have 4 of the items that I mentioned in our inventory: the microphone, the digital recorder, a guitar cable, 1/4-inch jack, and the XLR cable for the microphone. If you're looking closely at the Zoom here, you'll actually see that there is, at the bottom here, there's a number 1 and a number 2. Those numbers are actually the inputs. At the bottom of the recorder here, we have 2 inputs, input 1 and input 2. These particular inputs actually receive either a 1/4-inch jack, like guitar, or an XLR cable for a microphone. So what I'm going to do in my particular setup here today is I'm going to plug my guitar into channel 1, and I'm going to plug my microphone into channel 2. So, very simple. I'll take my microphone cable here, and I'll just plug my microphone in, like that. Plug that into the bottom of the Zoom. Then I'll take my guitar cable, plug it into the bottom of the Zoom, and then take this other end here. I'm going to plug into my guitar, just like this. And now this whole thing, this whole thing is all set up, ready to go. It's very, very simple, and that's sort of the point. Now, let's jump over and actually set this up where we're going to shoot the video. Now I have my microphone stand set up. Everything's plugged into the digital recorder. We need to set levels. It's a really easy process. We're going to take a quick look at the digital recorder. For convenience, I mounted the digital recorder onto my microphone stand using a small rig, which is an awesome little clamp that I use a lot around here. I'll put a link in the description for those in case you want one. Anyways, let's take a look here at the digital recorder, and we'll go through the process of setting levels, which is pretty quick and painless. So first thing I'm going to do is turn this recorder on. Looks like I'm going to have just a little bit of a flicker on my screen, and I apologize for that, guys. If you look here, it has 4 input options here at the top to choose from. And these 2 here, left and right, that's actually the microphone that's built in at the top of the recorder. And then this 1 and 2, those are the 2 inputs that we talked about at the bottom. We're going to use number 1 for our guitar and number 2 for our microphone. I'm going to go ahead and just select these 2, the 1 and the 2. But one thing to know, this microphone that I'm using, which is an AKG C214, requires phantom power. So we're going to have to make sure we turn that on inside the digital recorder. To do that, over here on the right-hand side, there's a menu button. And then we're going to scroll down using this little toggle switch here, down to the ins and outs. Click on that and come down to in 1/2 phantom, and then the on off. And I'm going to just choose the second input, which is the one we have the microphone on. Click on that one and turn that on. And then I should be able to just kind of X out of there, back to the recording thing here, and we should be set to go. We'll start by setting its level first. So for channels 1 and 2, this is the level setting for channel 1, and this is for channel 2. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of guess that it's going to be roughly around maybe a 4 or 5. So you can see on this meter right here, once I start talking, you can see the signal coming in. I want the loudest part of my singing, maybe that's like a chorus or something that I'm going to be singing the loudest there. I want that to be as close to 0 dB as possible without making it all the way across and actually peaking out. So I'm just going to do some tests here. Test, 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 test. Now I'm probably not going to be that loud, so I probably need to be a little louder. Let's go to 5 here. Test, test, test. Testing, testing, testing. Hey, hey, hey. I think that's probably going to be pretty good. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. Test, test, test. So I'm happy with that level. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do my guitar. In order to do that, make sure that you have your guitar or whatever instrument you're doing, the volume's up on it so the signal's going through. And then same thing here, you just want your signal to be, you want to kind of play the loudest part of your song and have that signal coming through so that you can check that and make sure that the meter doesn't go over and peak out. So I'm going to go ahead and just do another guess here. I'm going to go to about 4 here and then play what I'm going to play. You see that, how it went right across and it peaked out. So we know that 4 is too much. I'm going to bring that down a little bit to 3. That's pretty good. So I'm getting pretty close, but not peaking out. All right. So that's it. I mean, you make sure that if you have any settings you need to do, you get those taken care of. And then you use your instrument and your vocal mic and you set your levels. Now, all we have to do to get going is just push the record button right here and rock and roll. Let's do it. Test. Grandpa. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this has helped you see how easy it can be to record with a digital recorder, kind of like the Zoom H5. I made a video of the recording that I did with this, and there'll be a link in the description below so that you can go watch that and listen and see how good it turned out. Also, I'll be making a second video about how to remove your files from this device, put it into an editing software, and do a simple edit on it so that you can show it to the world. And let's see here. There's one more thing. Oh, yes. If this video has been helpful to you, if you enjoyed it and you'd like to see more, please do click the like button, the subscribe button, and ring the bell, and share it with all of your friends. Thank you so much for your help. That helps me justify making more videos. And we'll see you in the next one.